What's up, idlers? It's your boy Zeals. I'm back today on Idle Heroes with the blue skies, the profit tree, the market, and the campaign fortress. I'm back. And just want to clarify that I am not on my main account. I'm on the Megalodon Monkeys account. And if you don't know what a Megalodon is, it just means above whale in terms of spending. And if you have seen a couple of my past videos, you know that I do feature Monkey a lot because of his, the hero list and a lot of things that I can test with his lineup as well. And he could have had more E3 heroes, but that's not the point. He's just regressing and always building new heroes for us to test. So I thank him for that, of course. And another reason why I want to talk about him is because he has purchased packs, as you'll see right now if you go to the value packages. And you guys know that there's not much really content to do every day. I mean, Seal Land and campaign, that takes about 5 seconds of your day every day. I know there's not a lot of content, so a person who spent almost $100,000 in a year in a mobile game, then what is content for him other than the lottery that's kind of behind the heroic summon and the profit orb event? And for the first time ever, I'm very grateful for this, but Monkey is letting me he's bought out all the packs for me to actually do the summons in front of you guys, and hopefully we can return him with our thanks and some luck as well. Whether you're new, free to play, or whatever you are, welcome back, and let's get right into it. So we have the Angel Concert. Whenever there is the campaign loot event, you have that extra 24 hours to claim your loot. As you see, I need to do that on my main account. I forgot to do it. But for Monkey, he got his candy bar. That's his second, because last week he opted out for the runes power for his full forest lineup. So now he's got his second candy bar, fully leveled up already. And he got the universal skin shards, the 50 fragments of those as well, because he's trying to make legendary skins for all his Valkyries. Yeah, so that's gonna depend on everyone else. And I recommended that for free-to-play players, you're gonna get pretty much the most bang for your buck. Either going for the profit orbs, hopefully you're gonna get around 8. I think I'm getting maybe 7. I didn't loot all my campaign stuff, so I think I'm getting 7 on my account. And due to the anniversary coming very, very soon, if you don't know when that's gonna be, it's gonna hit us around mid or early June. I have to look at my calendar real quick, but it's gonna hit us around mid-June for the 3rd anniversary. I covered last year's 2nd anniversary in detail, and you can expect the same kind of content from me this year as well. And there's a lot of players, especially the spenders, that are kind of relying on this 3rd anniversary to go well for them to continue on and to make that final decision. This is kind of their end game now. And if you don't know what's going on with the Idle Heroes developers or the whole game situation, there are tons of content creators that are kind of unwinding, or more like venting the frustrations that has been built up for quite some time with these developers. It's everywhere. I don't want to really talk about it, guys. I've done my part. I don't want to vent anymore or sound negative, so let's get right into the other events, this week's events. So we have the value packs, same deal. You're gonna get the heroic summons, and of course the $100 packs are gonna be one of the best deals when it comes to getting the heroic scrolls, and you're gonna get 80 per $100. For in terms of worth, that's up to you. For me, I will not spend a single penny. Let's get right into the hero lottery. They even put the word lottery up in there. Oh my goodness. All right, so during the event, you're gonna get a higher chance to get pretty much these 4 heroes, and they do have these in-between heroic summon events now, where they're releasing a new hero every 2 months. So we can expect a new hero to release with the anniversary event. So I've been advising you guys, as well as my patrons, they've been told to save scrolls for months now. Even myself, I'm approaching almost 1100 scrolls. So by this 3rd anniversary, if you can save up to 1500 or even 2000, that would be great. And you can just get those 8 scrolls per day from the market if you can generate enough gems to do that and get by. That's all I did, to be honest. I don't buy any packs or any scrolls, and I only spend my gems to get those heroic scrolls in the market, as well as sometimes from the Aspen Dungeon smashes if I have enough gems. Anyways, we have the 4 heroes: Oberon, Horace, Sia, and Cthulhu. The 2 heroes that I really want to talk about, I want to kind of split them into the nays and the yay. yays, and the yays of course is gonna be Horace as well as Oberon. Now Horace is gonna be a hero that fits more into a PvE as well as a PvP, a well-rounded hero. While in the end game, Horace may not be like the best hero right now in the Rainbow Aura, especially because how short and fast the games are. He's still a very strong pick entering into the end game, and we never know what's gonna happen in the E5 meta. We don't know if it's gonna be like longer fights, so if that does kind of return, then Horace will kick back again. And as for Oberon, he's gonna be still a very good hero for PvP because of his unique crowd control effect, where his seeds are pretty much 100%, and from there on it's gonna twine it depending on how much CC immunity your opponents have. And Oberon, now he did get buffed with his skin as well as a speed change, so he is one of like the fastest CC heroes, outpacing even Michelle and Dark Arthandel as well. And if he can, I've made so many videos about Oberon already, if he can at least do one active in the endgame PvP scene, that is enough CC to go around for up to like 3 rounds, right? So round 1, 2, and 3, of course they have to twine. Yeah, so Oberon, he has that unique type of CC. It's not a stun. I really like him, and he's very interesting in PvP, in locking down heroes that really rely on not being locked down, like Ada and Aspen and butt ton of other heroes as well, of course, excluding Mim and Michelle. So in terms of PvE, Oberon, he has his uses, but he really doesn't shine anywhere other than being useful in the forest seal land. And I've tried the double Oberon as well as single Oberon, and surprisingly single Oberon kind of worked out a little bit better, but I have to kind of retry my tests with the double Oberon as well. But in terms of like the seal land rankings currently in the E3 seal land meta, I would have to rank Oberon number 3 behind Valkyrie as well as another hero which I will discuss hopefully very soon before the E5 changes happen. Alright, so let's talk about sort of the nays, which is going to be Sia as well as Cthulhu. Both kind of are like kind of niche heroes. In terms of PvE, Sia has her role. She does a lot of damage. Not only that, she brings a lot of utility like attack reduce, things like that. 40% attack reduce, that does decay by 10%, so next round will be 30%, but she'll be able to reapply it, especially if you're fighting against 1 or 2 PvE bosses. For Cthulhu, he also has kind of his uses. Both these heroes have a bleed effect, so if you are using the wolf pet for the armor break as well as the buff that your heroes get from targets that are bleeding, Sia and Cthulhu will make sure that buff does continue to last. There's like sort of like a hidden mechanic or bug. So these guys will increase your team's damage, especially if you are using the wolf pet. And in terms of PvP, they're kind of outdated because Sia only attacks 1 target in the end game, and just reducing the attack and damaging 1 hero is just not fast enough in the current Need for Speed meta. And Cthulhu as well, he just doesn't do that much crazy amount of damage. He's more like a sustain hero than a burst hero, so right now that's not really considered great unless you're gonna go for like a full forest lineup, which you can kind of sustain a little bit longer with. And there's the heroic summon event. Because the reward is gonna be Horace and not Oberon, I'm going to personally opt out. I'm not even tempted by it. Horace, of course, is, like I said, a great hero to have if you're a beginner or a low spender, things like that. He's great for both roles, and you want to kind of hold on to heroes that can do both pretty well. And Horace, I've seen him do around 300 to 500 million damage in broken space with the appropriate buffs like Heart Watcher, Wolf Pet, as well as Cruise as well. And if you're seeing my phone, I'm kind of holding it up because I don't want to be looking down at it. You guys are like, yo, why you fall asleep during the video? For me, it's kind of a no-brainer. I'm not going to participate in this heroic summon event. I don't see the need, or even with those 4 heroes having the double chance to obtain them, I don't, unless you're like a Megalodon who's trying to build up more fodder to get ready for the Enable 5, the 15-star update that is coming up, then I don't really see for 99% of you guys to participate in this heroic summon event. I feel that it will be a lot more rewarding if you waited until the 3rd anniversary. And let's say 3rd anniversary is not really very good event for some reason. I don't know how they could screw that up, but it's DH Games we're talking about after all. Then you at least saved up some scrolls so you can do a completion or 2 down the line if you do if we do find out that the 3rd anniversary is a complete bust. The hero exchange event pretty much called the Altar event. We have the 2 assassins from the Light and Dark, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Monkey hasn't purchased them. I'm not gonna purchase them. Omnivore and Faithblade, they're not bad heroes. I'm not saying they are, but they're really like kind of late game player kind of heroes. And if you're trying to get your first copy of Omnivore as a new player, or you're like a new starting out, even as a new starting out whale, I just wouldn't get these heroes because right now they're not really shining, and I don't really see them shine other than maybe Omnivore in the E5 meta, and they kind of need some lot of like love or updates, and we don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe after this they might update it, but they did put a pause. They pressed that pause button on everything because they're getting ready for the 3rd anniversary event, as well as the Enable 5, the 15-star update. So as for me, I'll be perfectly fine not opting out for these heroes. They're not like at 5-star state. They're not gonna really help you that much unless you do get an Omnivore and he has that max HP portion of his damage, which he will do a lot of damage because he's gonna bypass a lot of things in PvE, and he's gonna make you look good. But if he's gonna just stay there at 5-star, and if you do fuse him up to 6-star and you don't plan to build them, or you don't have the copies to build them, and something better comes along the way, like Aspen, for example, like is a little bit better for PvE as well. Like Aspen arguably can keep up with Omnivore in damage and kind of surpass him as well. Like just having a 6-star Omnivore, you're not going to use him as food. I hope not. So I don't really know, guys. For beginners, I cannot recommend them unless you're just going to keep it at 5-star and help you do some Marauders. All right, so let's go with the Blacksmith event. Pretty much the usual thing. A lot of the veteran players are not going to opt out for this because with the E5 changes, you're not going to have as many heroes to put these armor pieces on. But for newer players, of course, to get a class set, it's gonna really help because of the speed on the boots for PvP. In terms of PvE, you're gonna do a little bit more damage and have a little bit more sustain from the defensive stats as well. But for the end game players, a lot of us are kind of, because of how fast and how ridiculous the damage is, we're opting out into just using two-piece, and that's kind of a flaw of the game and something that DH Games need to like kind of catch up on and update, because a lot of players, including myself and all the people that I play, they don't use the full set except for certain heroes. So we're using the chest and the boots class specific parts, and the regular 6-star armor for the accessory, the necklace, as well as the weapon to get that 2-piece bonus of the 16% HP, which is a multiplicative multiplier. So we're using that as well as the chest, because the chest and the boots has the plus HP stats. Yeah, so it gets affected by all the percent multipliers, giving us a huge boost of HP as well as that sweet 20 speed in PvP. All right, so of course in PvE, depending if you are kind of able to survive, then they use the full armor set for the damage. But I think you can kind of save your gems and maybe build up some 6-star armors. So once you do have like more than even 8 or 9 class sets, with the E5 things coming our way, and because how Grey Door's Blessing, the Blacksmith event, does reoccur every month, I don't really see the point of stacking all those class armors unless you're like a Megalodon and you have like an 18 to 20 E3 heroes, and you can E5 up to like 12 heroes as soon as it releases, which Monkey I think is going to do on the first day. And make sure you check back tomorrow for more stuff. I'm gonna be playing AFK Arena. It's getting so popular. There are so many of you guys that have come. I mean, you have surpassed all my expectations, and I'm truly so grateful. I literally woke up after 5 hours of sleep after releasing that video, and woke up to like a couple hundreds of upvotes on the AFK Arena subreddit. So I'll talk about that more in the AFK Arena video, which I want to work on immediately after this. So thank you so much once again for joining me today, and I hope you guys have a lovely week or weekend, and make sure you check right back with your boy Zeals. We're gonna do some heroic summon event, talk about the game as well, and play some AFK Arena. If you want to join me up, you know where to find me. I'll be on Discord. All right guys, your boy signing out. Peace.
You can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line.